This is my 2001 SVT Lightning pickup, and as I go down the street I can hear a little clicking noise or rubbing noise from the brakes. Here it is. It sounds real bad going backwards. And so something with the brakes maybe isn't super happy here. So I got rotors, pads, and then we'll do pads in the back, wheel bearings, the whole thing. We'll go through it. If we find something else that's broke, we'll do that too. All right, so this is again the right front here, and as I look at it, you know, that rotor surface is not terrible, not great, but not terrible. But if I look on the back side here, you can see it's all scuffed up pretty bad, and looks like we got into the brake lining. So anyway, we'll get this tore apart and check out the damage. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is take these two star bolts out. That'll free the actual caliper from the bracket. We're just gonna undo, there's another two larger bolts, one here and one down below. We'll take those loose, and then this entire assembly and bracket and everything will come up, and we'll just have a bunch of fumbly parts in our hands. All right, with the brake parts kind of out of the way now, we will take the dust cap off, and then there's gonna be a cotter pin, a castle nut, a nut, and then probably a washer, and we'll get that all loosened and taken apart. All right, so you can see the spindle itself looks basically fine. Notice all the metal shavings that have built up on the wheel speed sensor there. So we're gonna try and get this cleaned up and see if there's any actual damage, but I don't think so. I think we'll be all right. We just have to get all the metal out of here. Well, through the magic of editing, I'm gonna skip the fact that I put the entirely wrong rotor on here. It was a Napa rotor, the parts guy got me. It was the third set that he found, and I thought it was right, put them on, and the back spacing was wrong. So I had to take it all off and redo it. So probably not gonna show hardly any of that, and I'm just gonna work these Powerstop version right here. This is like basically like an OE replacement. Got them actually from Amazon, but anyway, we're gonna try them out. If you want to use that link, go ahead and hit me up. But basically it eliminates all of the frustration with the Napa guy. And so anyway, we're gonna try this out. Just know that in the background I had to do it twice. All right, so I opened up here. I have some apparently actual Lightning rotors here. We're gonna get them opened up, make sure all the parts fit. All right, so I got my rotor unpacked here. Everything was fine, except for this little dust cover. See how it looks like it got tweaked there a little bit? Probably could have bent that back with some pliers or something, but instead I just took the one off of my other rotors over there and put it on here, and no problem. You just kind of go under here, pry it off, and then pound the other one on there. No big deal. Now I have my bearings from the other night that I already installed once. So I'm gonna make sure the grease is all clean and everything looks good. And it'd be the inner bearing, so the one that's closest to the engine. We're gonna put in here first, and then we're gonna take a seal, not that one, those are my removed seals. I'm gonna get some freshies and pound those in there. All right, so I've been hand packing this bearing, and basically one thing you wanna notice is if you look, there's an easy side to pack from. That's not this side. It would be the other side. It has a bigger gap in it. But basically you want to take and force that grease through that crack like that. And when you do it right, you can notice, see how the grease is mounding right there? You see those little ball? That's where you're actually getting it pushed through. So you want to just do that all the way around. See these little balls here? One, 2, 3 balls. That means I was forcing grease through there. So when you get too much, you just kind of get it out of there, put it back on your hand, get more, whatever you need to do. And then here again, so I'm gonna keep going like this, and see all those little bubbles that are forming, the little dots? That's because I'm pushing grease through from the back side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. So anyway, that's what you want to do. It's kind of a tedious process. Obviously you're gonna get messy, but once you get that done, just kind of scoop off the most of it, no big deal. And we'll put our freshly packed bearing down into our rotor. All right, we got our new seal, our second seal here. And you just want to put a little grease on the lip of this thing so that when it's riding on the spindle, it's not dry. And now we'll tap it in. I got a 4-square blank as a spacer here. Perfect. There we go. All right, now that I got the spindle all cleaned up, I got all my little metal filings off of it. We'll go and set this on here nice. Okay. And then the bearing goes in the front here. Okay, like that. Then we'll take our washer and our nut, and we'll run it down a little bit here. Now's when you want to kind of check the drag that you have going on here. So right there, that's extra easy, extra sloppy, I'd say. So we're going to tighten this up just a little bit. So I'm going to tighten it up. I'm going to back it off some. And then I'm going to come back and tighten it up again, just to make sure if there was any slop in there, we got it taken up. Okay, I'd say that's good. Then now we have our castle nut that goes on there that prevents it from backing off. And then I got a big honking cotter pin here that I'm gonna use, but I'm gonna cut it off because I don't really need all this bound up in here. I'll probably cut it off like about right there with like a side cutters. Just cut that so it's not quite so much tail. We could make this work, but it's just kind of ridiculous. So that's what I'm gonna make work. And then once we get the tails put in, we're gonna put our dust cap on. All right, there we go. Got that all settled up. I'll probably schmutz some more grease in there and then put the dust cap on. All right, so now with the rotor on here, we got an acceptable amount of drag here. Feels good. Got our dust cap put back on. Now I'm going to put the bracket on for the caliper on the back here, and then we'll get pads and caliper in. Okay, so with the new pads, rotors, and everything, we got new slides, new shims here, so we're gonna put these up. They kind of clip right over. And then when I took this apart, I was confusing the fronts with the backs. So there should be a way to slip these in, and we'll just see if we can do it or not. Okay, now the pads are in place, and we can grease up the actual slides in the caliper, and then we'll lay the caliper over top the pads. Damn, the backs really got free. These are not getting free very easy. All right, so we got our, we hooked right here and then rolled this down into place. Now we just got to put our two star bolts in, and this brake will be in. All right, so there we go. We got our top bolt put back in and our bottom bolt put back in, and all this rubber is situated. Everything's greased and lubed up. The last thing I'll do is I'll spray this thing with brake clean and get all the grease and stuff off of it, and then I will put my wheels back on here. All right, so very observant people might have noticed that when I did the passenger side brake pads, I put two of them in without squeakers. And so now when I go to put in the driver's side, I have 2 squeakers on that side, so I'm just gonna cut it off of there. But when you're doing it, just make sure you put 1 on each side instead of 2 on 1. So my bad, but I'm too lazy to go back and do it right. All right, so I'm here on the rear brakes, and I'm just gonna do a pad change on these. They look good. You know, there's a little bit of a depth, like a little ridge there. I think that'll be just fine. We'll get these taken apart. First thing you need to do is take this 10 mil, and there's another 10 mil right here. Take both of those loose, and then the caliper will flop out of the way and expose the pads. All right, so you just want to bend these little ears, get your screwdriver in behind here and bend these little ears out. And then the middle, the center inside pad has like 3 little prongs that pick up on the piston. All right, so these pins, we cleaned them up, and now I'm gonna go and lube them up so that they slide nice inside the caliper. Okay, I got it. I did not replace these little shims right here because the ones I have are in pretty good shape.